still better than my wife's family, who've been wiped out. The second week of the attack, we woke up in the morning to hear news that they bombed a civilian residential neighborhood in south of Gaza. And one of these houses were my family's house. Unfortunately, that had killed my wife's eldest brother, Hamid. He's about 35 years old, and 3 of his children. Kamal, 11 years old, Omar, 4 years old, and Rima, which I haven't yet met, 1.5 years old. Kamal always wanted to come to the UK to study medicine. He's really good at science and mathematics. And I remember when I met him last year in Gaza, he was so energetic, so disciplined, so dedicated. And even I told my wife, this child will become something in the future. But unfortunately, it looks like I didn't read the future very well. What remained of my wife's family who survived the bombing, some of them sustained severe injuries and they all went to Shifa Hospital. But when Israel sieged the Shifa Hospital, they've been forced to leave. So they left to stay with my sister-in-law, also in south of Gaza, having to go through all this so-called safe corridor, walking, and some of them were pushing them in chairs and moving chairs, and until they made it to safety. Just 3 days after our parliament voted against the ceasefire, my sister-in-law, that had what remained of my wife's family, bombed again. Killing my sister-in-law. She's a university lecturer. Her name is Sumaya. She specialized in physics, a very, very intelligent person. Her husband, my childhood friend, the one who introduced me to my wife, Basil, he's an IT engineer, was killed. Their beautiful 4 children, Haneen, 7 years old, Muhammad, 3 years old, Aboud, 1.5 years old, and Jenna, 4 years old, or 5 years old. Let me just remember just the names, sorry. I need to get there. So Jenna, 7 years old, Leen, 5 years old, Muhammad, 3 years old, and baby Aboud, 1.5 years old. Basil's father, Abdul Azim, a retired civil servant, a very nice guy. I've met him in person. And Basil's mother, Salwa. When they invited me to their home, I tried her food, and it was really nice, especially the Palestinian couscous. My brother-in-law Muhammad, the youngest and the funniest, also was killed, and that's basically. And they killed also the rest of my friend Basil's family as well. 2 remained of my wife's family, her sister and 6 children. We don't know yet where are they. Under the rubble, we don't know. And another brother, we don't know also. Because it might be under the rubble, we don't know. Her family completely wiped out. Just a few days ago, I was sitting and my wife was posting something on WhatsApp. So I said, look, what are you doing? Who's you sent your messages to? So I've had her just speak. And she was sending photos to her family WhatsApp group. And I said, what are you doing? It's like, just sending something, hoping someone would reply. And this is that was one of the things, I was absolutely speechless. I didn't know what to say. And then my wife staring on her phone all the time, just going through that WhatsApp group, seeing all the conversations she had with her family, the photos, the videos, and smile and cry all day long. And people, yes, we're strong, but we're not okay, and we'll never be okay. This is something that we have never in our entire life imagined. Entire families are wiped out before the very eyes of the world. The civilized world. The world that's been preaching us about equality, about justice, about freedom for years and years. And when it came to actually what's really happening right now, they denounced these values. They denounced these principles. And instead of instead of just denouncing them, they also complicit. They're sending weapons of mass killing and mass destruction. Gaza has completely destroyed. If you see, guys, the footage and the images coming out from there, it's an absolute disaster. 8,000 people under the rubble. So like for us now, we always actually just try to think, what if my sister-in-law and her 6 children were alive? How their life would be right now? Without food, without air, screaming, dying slowly,